This piece, let's say I have taken some painstaking, fairly ambitious actions to attempt to adapt it for this unique format and position in which we find ourselves. So without further ado, I hope that you enjoy my go at being a tech-savvy human being and this excerpt from Dear Gender. Do you ever wonder why you are the way you are? How you specifically came to be? How I be I, and you be you, and she be she, and he be he, and we, well, we be we. If not, I recommend it, and not for some two-bit high-flying cheap thrill, but as a means of survival. Growing up keeps going. And my parents taught me well enough to know that now, since we're all adults, I am responsible to keep raising myself. I am grateful, but without some introspection, what parents show and tell you of the world can resign you to life lived by someone else's rules, by someone else's ideals, you as a character in someone else's journey. You see, I grew up on Disney princesses and Jesus. My father, a big brown teddy bear of a man with an impressive mustache, used to tuck me in at night and tell me bedtime stories that were all about me. And the little girl would run very fast through the beautiful forest, and when she reached the top of the tree, she stretched, looked up into the sky, and fell fast asleep. Good night, little princess. Good night. And with one eye open just a crack, I watched my father slowly leave the bedroom and shut the door. I'm a princess. Me. Can it be? Oh, I'm a princess. Me. Wow. Oh my. I can hardly believe this is true. Well then, there's so much to do. I'm a princess. It's no wonder that I didn't suspect. Our castle, if I'm being honest, is, well, more than just modest. But my daddy, who knows everything, calls me princess. So it must mean just one thing. My daddy's the king, and my mommy's the queen. My little sister's a princess. Ooh. My brothers, well, they are princes. And our cat, well, she must be royalty too. I'm a princess, I'm a princess, I'm a princess, I'm a princess in suburban New Jersey. Now that I know there's so much to do, I, Diana Lauren Jones, do promise to be the best princess in Somerset, New Jersey, ever. Amen. My religious upbringing included 3 Christian church communities, and by extension, the story of Jesus in absentia, told by 3 distinct narrators. There was Jesus, introduced by this sort of soft-spoken Mr. Rogers figure from the Presbyterian church where my family took us almost every day of my childhood. My fellow audience members were a lot of nice folks milling about after service, drinking red juice out of little plastic cups and eating fake, I mean store brand Oreo cookies. This was the congregation that sang proudly of key during all the hymns. Then there was the story of Jesus told by a somewhat dandy, pomp and circumstance narrator who took the stage at the all-girls private school that I attended until I was about 16 years of age. This version of Jesus was always important, but you didn't see him very often because he was always in meetings, always with adults, and always keeping kids and their grubby little hands at least 15 feet away. And then there was this larger-than-life Jesus brought to you by the Baptists who, despite my best effort, scared the bows off of my socks. Imagine me, 6, 7 years old, sitting in the pew, and I'm getting uncomfortable and scratching because my tights are itchy, and the man is preaching to his congregation, a sea of mocha faces on the color scheme, saying, Jesus will save you. I said, Jesus will save you. And I'm playing with the envelope in the church pew and that little pencil that they keep in the back of the seats, eyeing the rest of the folks and adults next to me, getting loud, and it's too hot, and I'm still itchy, and it's loud, and I'm still itchy, but Jesus, I said, Jesus will save you, Jesus will save you. And I am getting more and more afraid and feeling more and more small, like I am in trouble, and I am wishing that I am back at home, listening to my daddy's story, wishing that this man, Jesus, wasn't talking directly to me. So, here we are. When I was about 9 or 10, a little girl asked me if I was a boy or a girl. A proud tomboy, I was wearing my favorite baseball cap, peace, love, and Mickey Mouse. Girl, I said plainly, showing at least, I thought, none of the embarrassment and anxiety that asking this question truly caused. You see, sometimes I think if me, this mind and the things I think I could be weren't housed in a woman's body, I wouldn't have all this crap in me, all this excess thought about what I shouldn't do and what I ought to not say or want or think. Like maybe the reason I can't seem to settle down and keep my feet on the ground and walk forward instead of treading imaginary water is because I should have been a son instead of a daughter. You know, maybe with one of those pieces, a penile navigation device, I wouldn't be strifing my way through life. With one of those tools that'd be like a guaranteed stamp of approval in that clause regarding life strife removal. I wouldn't be scared of anything. You see, I want to smack asses as I walk by. I want to be an ass grabber, and I do what I want and say what I mean, woman, like a man, but a woman. And I realize for me, this mess of confusion really isn't about changing my sex, but it's this idealized version of masculinity that's got me perplexed. I am afraid to be a woman the wrong way. A man can stand his ground. A man can just be a man. I've never heard anyone say, be a woman. Because what is that? Thank you.